Yo, what's up everyone? Kyrios here, and I want to apologize for the voice ahead of time. I'm getting better from being sick, but that doesn't stop the content because there's always a ton of content. So we have another Eversoul video for you. This is kind of what to expect and kind of some things you need to know going into the game as it launches. So without further ado, if you guys can, hit that like and subscribe. Let's get started. All right, let's talk about the summoning real quick because I know that's what people are very excited about. Now, I'm going to give you guys the best character that I am probably going for in just a second. But one thing that should ring everyone's ears is that the fact that we're getting a 30 pity. That's right. I said
30 pity.
That's insane. So, but if you're new to an idler game or you haven't played a game like 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙿 or a bunch of others where you need a lot of dupes of characters, that's usually how these games work, is that the characters over time get more and more powerful where you actually need dupes. But this is really exciting because most other games require this really high cap of pity, where apparently this game doesn't. So this should be very exciting to see, and we'll have more details on that as we get to it. Now, talking about the characters and rerolling, I don't think anyone should reroll. I will have a reroll guide later, but it's going to take you roughly about 20 to 30 minutes to do a reroll because there's a ton of story to do, and they're going to give you a 10 summon reroll anyways, where you can roll the characters you want besides the angel and the demons. Now, quickly, I will do a tier list. We didn't have a beta of this game, so I can't give you a proper tier list until I can get my hands into the game. But the character that I'm looking forward to get is actually 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉. 𝙀𝙓𝙃 is probably on the top of my list of characters to pull, mainly because in this game, you can't see it on this page, but every character has substats. And 𝙀𝙓𝙃's ultimate ability, and you can only use one ultimate ability at a time. There's a progress bar as you're fighting. 𝙀𝙃's ultimate ability increases the activation of all your allies' sub-skills or sub-stats by 50%. That's a huge DPS increase. That's a huge efficiency increase. That's a huge healing increase. That's a huge everything increase. So her ultimate ability alone is probably one of the best I've looked at. Now, you can't pull Angel or Demon, but the two other characters that I think everyone really wants is 𝙀𝙗𝑚𝑒, for obvious reasons. But she has double AoE skills, and then Angel Adriana for her defending skills. She allows you to do certain formations where you can put her in the front and 4 people in the back, and we'll talk about formations here in a second. All right, so this is where I think this game sets it apart from other games I've played. Is I've played a lot of idler games before, and I've played a lot of games where you have auto combat and auto chess. And what I really enjoy about this system is you have these different formations and you're going to have a team of 5. That's why you need a lot of characters anyway. So they give you a lot of pulls up front. But if you can see here, this first one +9 is defense. Then the second one +9 is health. And then the last one +6 is a rear attack. Now, why this is really important is it's going to allow you to do different formations depending on what you're fighting and depending on who you have. Maybe you have an all-star defender where you can do this. You can do this, this one where you only have one defender in the front, where you have 4 people doing attack in the back, right? So it's going to allow you to change up your strategy per fight or per way that you set up different team comps, which is honestly which is absolutely amazing. I love this system that they put in there. In addition to character building, there are costumes for your characters that you can put on them. Now, it looks like a lot of them can be earned via in-game stories. You can see from this character right here that she has her base outfit, and then she also has her progressive outfit, which you get later on by completing the story. Now, I bet you there's going to be paid costumes later, and that's usually a good form of monetization for a lot of these idler games. So, but I do like that there are some free options for costumes, because usually a lot of times you get 0 free options for costumes. All right, that brings us into our activities. Now, what I really enjoy about this game is that they have a ton of different activities, and that's a great path for a lot of these companies going forward. We're so used to mobile games where there's only like 1 or 2 things to do, and then you put the game down for a week. What we're starting to see in the trend is that a lot of these games are trying to keep you in their game more by offering more free things to do, which is a good thing, right? More things to do for free, even better. Now, starting off with the main story, what I really enjoy about the main story of Eversoul is that they put you in a map where you talk to NPCs. There's different interactive objects you can interact with, and you can kind of create a story as you go into battling or progressing through that main story area. So it's not from battle to battle to battle where there's just a little bit of story in between. You actually get dropped into a map where you actually have to figure out the story and then progress it on your own. Not the hardest thing in the world to do, but it's a nice little touch, and I really enjoy it. Next up, we have the Shattered Labyrinth. Now, this is pretty typical for idler games, or pretty typical for a lot of gacha games going forward. But this is your pick your path, choose your own adventure labyrinth style activity. This is where you can you can choose go left, go right, go left, go right, pick different buffs, heal your team, maybe engage in this hard fight, or maybe take the easier path. And what you'll do is you'll fight enemies that get stronger and stronger and stronger as you progress. And the goal of this is to keep your team alive. And the problem, if you've never played a mode like this, is that your HP does not reset between battles. So it's going to be very dependent on having a very good healer, or it's going to be also very dependent on getting healing perks as you progress through these different areas. So just realize that you probably won't go very far in your first week, but this is something to work up to, as there's multiple different layers and levels upon levels to complete, where you get resources every single week. Now, it may not be week, it may be month, I don't know. And finally, we have the Hall of Memories. Now, the Hall of Memories is a dungeon mode exploration map sort of style. Now, this one's a little unique, and I don't know what kind of replayability it's going to have. I think it's probably going to be you do it once. As you progress, you get high enough level where you can progress through them. And what you do is you zone into these maps, and they'll have different treasures, they'll have different riddles, they'll have different puzzles that you need to complete in order to progress the map. Now, there are going to be fights in between there, but you'll be able to pick up resources in kind of 100% each of the maps as you progress. Now, once again, these are usually one-time things. If they can figure out how to make these repeatable, that might be a really good mode going forward. Okay, then finally we have town building. Now, town building I'm very excited about, and this should be not new to anyone that's played any kind of gacha game, but you're going to be able to build your town, have different buildings that you can construct that give you resources or give you different perks to your team. Now, what's interesting about their town building is that there's these things called night raids where there's enemies that can attack your town. I don't know exactly how it works in practicality. There's probably just some indicator saying, hey, your town's getting attacked. Do you want to do this right now? And then you go into your town and you take care of it. But there's different vendors. There's things you need to craft. There's a gear crafting system, I believe, or a potion crafting system. And this is probably your long haul of things to do, is to get your town perked up as much as possible in order to support your team progression. And this is probably where you're going to get a lot of your other currency from for being able to summon. All right, once again, I apologize for the throat, for the voice, but I do appreciate you guys checking out the video. I will be covering more Eversoul, and we will be live streaming this game, so make sure you jump on through to our twitch.tv channel or on our YouTube channel. We'll be live streaming there as well. I do appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments down below. Take it easy, and fist bump from me to you.